What if I told you that while everyone's watching Tesla, a tiny company with just 200 employees, is quietly building technology that could make electric vehicles obsolete? This isn't another Tesla competitor story. This is about a company that's approaching transportation from a completely different angle, and the implications are staggering. Most investors are laser-focused on the electric vehicle race, throwing money at companies trying to beat Tesla at their own game. But here's what they're missing. The real disruption isn't coming from better batteries or faster charging. It's coming from a fundamental reimagining of how we think about personal transportation. Meet Aptera Motors, a California-based startup that's building something unprecedented. While Tesla perfected the electric car, Aptera is creating what they call a solar electric vehicle. But calling it just a car is like calling a smartphone just a phone. This vehicle generates its own electricity from solar panels integrated directly into the body, potentially eliminating the need for charging infrastructure entirely. Here's where this gets interesting from an investment perspective. Tesla's market cap hovers around $800 billion, built on the premise of transitioning the world to electric vehicles. But Aptera is targeting a market that doesn't even exist yet: zero-energy transportation. Their vehicle can theoretically drive up to 40 miles per day on solar power alone, without ever plugging in. The numbers are mind-blowing. In sunny climates, Aptera's vehicle could operate indefinitely without external charging. For context, the average American drives 40 miles per day. This means millions of drivers could potentially never pay for fuel again, whether gasoline or electricity. The economic implications extend far beyond just saving money on gas. But here's what makes this a potential Tesla killer: scalability without infrastructure. Tesla's growth is constrained by charging station deployment, battery supply chains, and grid capacity. Aptera's vehicles become more valuable as they scale, because each car reduces demand on the electrical grid, rather than increasing it. This is a fundamental competitive advantage that becomes stronger over time. The technology isn't science fiction. Aptera has working prototypes achieving over 1,000 miles of range with their battery pack, and their aerodynamic design is unlike anything on roads today. The vehicle looks futuristic because it had to be designed from scratch for maximum efficiency, not adapted from century-old car designs. From a market timing perspective, we're at a critical inflection point. Government incentives for clean energy are at historic highs. Climate change concerns are driving consumer behavior like never before. And most importantly, the technology has finally matured to make solar vehicles practical rather than just conceptual. Here's the risk assessment. Aptera is still pre-production, which means execution risk is enormous. They've faced manufacturing delays, and scaling from prototypes to mass production has killed countless automotive startups. Their funding situation, while improving, remains precarious compared to established automakers. But consider the upside scenario. If Aptera successfully launches and proves their concept works in real-world conditions, they're not just competing with Tesla for market share. They're potentially creating an entirely new category of transportation that makes traditional electric vehicles look outdated. The first-mover advantage in solar vehicles could be insurmountable. The investment thesis centers on asymmetric risk. Traditional automakers are trapped by legacy infrastructure and design constraints. Tesla revolutionized electric vehicles but is still fundamentally building cars that need external energy sources. Aptera is attempting to build the first truly energy-independent vehicles for mass consumption. Smart money is already taking notice. While retail investors chase Tesla stock movements, institutional investors are quietly evaluating companies like Aptera that could define the next phase of transportation evolution. The window for early-stage investment in revolutionary transportation technology doesn't stay open long. Whether Aptera succeeds or fails, they're demonstrating that the future of transportation innovation isn't coming from Detroit or even Silicon Valley's established players. It's coming from companies willing to completely reimagine what vehicles can be. The question isn't whether Aptera will definitely outshine Tesla. The question is whether you're positioning yourself for the possibility that they might. In a world of incremental improvements, revolutionary approaches create revolutionary returns. What's your take on solar vehicles? Are they the future of transportation, or just another expensive experiment? Let me know in the comments below.